On longitude and latitude.
Oh, yeah.
Oh shit, that'd take forever.
No, it wouldn't. Go on, tell it. Start
Well,
from
I
the
used to
beginning.
teach all kinds of classes.
Can you hear him,
National
Kagan?
Guard, like first aid and map reading and drill and ceremonies, which is marching. And one night somebody asked why the lines on the United States Geological Survey maps, you familiar with those? That's big maps. Have everything on. That's why the longitude and latitude lines were straight, because the Earth is round, and the lines would all go to a point at the North Pole and South Pole. Of course, going in a circle at the equator. So I got interested in that, and I ordered this book from the Pentagon, and I guess it's Pentagon. Went to somewhere in Washington D.C. It took about 3 months to get the damn book because they didn't want to pay the postage.
They didn't have Amazon back then.
Library of Congress, probably.
They didn't want to pay the postage.
Yeah.
So it might go 100 miles in a week, and then 10 miles the next week. It finally got there, but anyway, I started into it and got interested, and it was, can't remember the exact title of the book, but it was, I can't even remember now. But anyway, the latitude lines are parallel to the equator. Longitude lines perpendicular from North Pole to South Pole, and it's called some kind of projection.
Mercator?
Standard Mercator projection. I think that was the name of the manual, the Army manual. Yeah, and so I got into it and really learned everything in there, and I thought it was kind of complicated, but anyway, that was one of my map reading classes. And the battery commander just happened to drop in on it, and he got interested in it. And he said, do you mind teaching that to the rest of the officers in the battery? I see him and the 2 platoon commanders and the service officer, about 5 or 6 officers. So the next week or two, I taught all the officers in the battery, and the battalion commander heard about it. Well, they had to send the lesson plan. It goes up, and everybody signed it. It's okay. And the battalion commander decided that he wanted to come to the class, so he came and brought a few of his officers from the battalion. So I taught it again, and then the 3rd time, the battalion commander wanted all the officers in the battalion to come and listen to the class. If they could. I mean, he didn't force them. He said, instead of coming to one of the drills, you can go hear this map reading class for 1 hour. So they all came. I think I ended up teaching the same class 5 different times. Just about every officer in the whole Corps,
Awesome.
Which would be about 200 officers, really. But I don't remember a damn thing about it. Not a damn thing.
I remember the important thing.
Well, it's probably useful to somebody.
It was really interesting to me.
How could they not map read and be in the National Guard, though?
Well, this doesn't necessarily have to do with map reading.
Well,
It's just how they
don't they sometimes
how
tell
they
you
make
to
the
show
lines
up?
perpendicular instead of
Yeah.
going up to the North
Yeah,
Pole
like
or
the
down to the
globe.
South Pole.
It seems
What
like
do
they'd
they
have
call
to
it,
know
Mark?
that.
Standard Mercator
Mercator?
projection.
You'd heard it.
That's interesting. So you taught the whole Kentucky National Guard how to do longitude and
The
latitude.
whole Corps,
every time
which
I
covers
ask you
several states.
But the real question is, did you teach Jimmy Buffett the song Longitude and Latitude? That's the real
I've never
question.
heard of it.
Yeah.
Was he in the National Guard?
Jimmy Buffett?
Thank
It's
you,
an
boys.
infringement on your royalties, I bet.